Are you guys ready for this? I got a haircut. It looks messed up right now. I've had a long day. 3 classes, work, and a lift session. So, I just found out the Warriors lost. But anyways, they didn't have no Andrew Wiggins or Klay Thompson. But speaking of the Warriors, we're going to be talking about Steph and Curry. This video popped out since the Warriors are struggling and they need to trade some players. I still think they could make the finals just because they don't seem focused. But, you know, when they're at their A game, no one beats them. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Supposedly, Steph is not an all-time great player. And this video is going to show us why. This is just after the NBA Finals happened. So this video is a little bit older. So, yeah, let's check it out.
As the smoke clears and the dust has settled on the 2022 NBA playoffs, the basketball world, many in the mass media, and morons on Twitter have taken aim at another ludicrous conversation. As if the never-ending barrage of LeBron GOAT stories and conversations wasn't bad enough, we now have the Steph Curry crowd arming themselves with pitchforks to assault your sensibility and intelligence.
Can you guys don't have anything anymore to hate on this dude. He's a Finals MVP. He's a 4-time world champ. He's a 2-time MVP. Changed the game. All-time 3-pointers. 8-time All-NBA. 9-time All-Star. All-Star Game MVP. 2-time 3-point contest champ. I mean, what more is there to hate on this dude? Highest points per game in a 50, 40, 90 season. Like, you gotta stop. Like, this is getting old. Like, there's nothing you have.
Curry recently winning his 4th NBA championship, for many, has cemented him as a top 10 all-time player.
Me personally, yes, but I wouldn't be upset if you said he wasn't top 10. But if you said he's, like, not top 15, then you're tripping. Then you're tripping.
While I can appreciate his resume and list of accomplishments, that math, quite simply, isn't adding up. The NBA is a sport where winning isn't the main thing, it is the only thing.
Like I addressed, 4-time champ and 73-9, best record of all time, so.
Yet, in the case of Steph Curry, we really have to wonder how great he is from an individual standpoint.
So, you said winning is the main thing, but from an individual standpoint, that's how... that doesn't really make sense, but let's continue.
Prior to Steve Kerr's arrival, Steph Curry played 5 NBA seasons. Many would try to imply or outright tell you that he was injured often during those seasons, a narrative which doesn't really hold up when you explore the facts. He played a minimum of 74 games in 4 of those 5 seasons for a total of 336 games across those 5 years. That is no small sample size. During that time, Steph Curry averaged 20 points per game, 6.7 assists, and 4.1 rebounds.
Did you just hear what he said? 20, practically 7 and 4. Really? You're going to hate someone for averaging 27 and 4?
He made 1 All-Star appearance and was named All-NBA second team 1 time. The Warriors had a collective record during that span of time of 183 and 211 and won a total.
Do you want to look at the rosters before 2012, 2013, like the 2012, 2013 season? Do you really want to look at the rosters? Do you want to dive into how bad and young those rosters were? Do you really want to dive into that? And for the record, 2013, 2014, we did play the Clippers in the first round, so that does suck. Chris Paul, prime Blake, and prime DeAndre Jordan is a terrible matchup for us because we don't have bigs.
Of 1 playoff series. Then at the age of 26, enters Steve Kerr, who created a perfect system around Steph Curry and amassed the perfect complement of players. In the 8 years that would ensue, Curry has averaged 27 points per game, 6.4 assists, and 5 rebounds.
He entered his prime? You know there's players that have late primes, right? And for the record, Steph deserves another Finals MVP. I don't care what anyone says. And many people that voted for Andre Iguodala say this. Steph should have won in 2015. People screwed up. That is what voters have said.
While the Warriors have played in 6 NBA Finals, winning 4. It's important to emphasize that Steph Curry was not a 17-year-old kid when he entered the league, who was still learning and ascending, like others we've seen come to...
So, I know that Steph will never... I don't even think Steph will be a top 5 player, to be real. This dude is basically saying you have to come out straight out of the gate to have a chance. And the only person that has a somewhat perfect career is Michael Jordan. So you basically have to be like Luka Doncic out of the gate. Because he's talking about 17, 18-year-old.
Directly from high school. Curry entered the league as a 21-year-old with 3 years of college experience under his belt, and until his aged 26th season, he was a 20-point-per-game career scorer with 1 All-NBA team selection and 1 total playoff series win. This seems like a compelling amount of evidence to the contrary, that Curry was a dominant player. Some may point to those
2014 to 2022. A 8-year prime is very good.
2 league MVPs as a major feather in his cap of the top 10 conversation. But let's really drill into the first league MVP he got. The year was 2014-2015. Steph Curry averaged 23.8 points per game, 7.7 assists, and 4.3 rebounds. For context, here are 5 seasons produced by Kobe Bryant in which he did not win the league MVP. But since
67 and 15 that season. All I gotta say, the only reason I believe Kobe for me is easily a better player than Steph. But dude, the seasons Kobe's was having, first of all, his team wasn't good enough to get MVP. He had teammates like Kwame Brown. And Steph had a winning team, won the chip, had a great regular season. I don't know why there's so much hate and backlash.
Many want to harp on media bestowed awards or rankings. Let's take a look at cumulative All-NBA team selections and all defensive selections. Steph Curry has been selected to 4 All-NBA first teams, 3 All-NBA second teams, and 1 All-NBA third team. He has 0 All-NBA defensive selections in his 13-year career, leaving him with a total of 8 cumulative all-league selections. To put that number in context, the player with the most total all-league selections in NBA history is Tim Duncan with 30, and Kobe Bryant is second on that list with 27. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 26 total selections, LeBron James with 23, and Michael Jordan with 20 round out the top 5 players with the most total selections.
And all 5 of those players are absolutely top 10 players of all time.
For a guy about to turn 34, his total breadth of accomplishments simply does not warrant his inclusion on the top 10 all-time list without fantastical stories about him, quote, changing the game. Or
look at the three-pointers taken now compared to, let's just even say 2009 when he entered the league. He changed the game.
Quote, being the best little player ever. But accomplishments in terms of impact on a team winning championships as well as individual dominance are all that really matter at the end of the day in these conversations.
4-time champ, unanimous MVP. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to end this video because this video is going to end anyway in about 10 seconds. I think he's wrong, my personal opinion. But honestly, it's up to you guys. What do you guys think? Just leave a comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take it easy. Peace.
No one here stopping me. No. Gotta let them know I'm uncontrollable. Hey. Oh, really when they roll with me. Gotta let them know I'm